Hello, Ocholo Kutepa is my name, and I'm excited to be on another episode of the show where I have Bible answers to every relationship question. So we have an interesting question here today that says, how do I know I have the capacity for the person I want to marry? Very, very interesting question, because the issue of capacity is a very serious question today. A lot of people are married to people they do not have the capacity to carry. That's why my first response very often when it comes to subjects like this is to say, do not marry who you cannot carry. Now, that's not in the natural sense, because, some people have spouses that they cannot lift or carry in the physical sense. But I'm going to give you some tips, about 5 of them, as to what I mean when I speak about do not marry who you cannot carry. And let me quickly give you a scriptural reference for what I just said. Jesus himself, when he calls us to him, says that his yoke is easy and his burden is light. Because every relationship will cast a burden on you. Every relationship will place a yoke on you or will require something of you. So you want to be sure that getting into a relationship with a particular person would not cast on you a yoke or burden that is too heavy for your size or your capacity. So one of the things you look out for as a single person is really your capacity to carry the person or to carry the relationship, because the relationship is going to require your capacity to succeed when it becomes marriage. So it's important to note, very important to note, that you must have, or you must be concerned about the issue of capacity. And until you have the capacity for the person, you are not in the right relationship. Let's talk about capacity. Number 1, mentality. Mentality is the first issue of capacity you must look at after you have checked that they are born again. Don't forget that on this channel, the minimum standard is that this person is a child of God. So on the issue of capacity, you need to know their worldview to life. What is their worldview to life? Why do I say that? You marry a mentality, not just a body. I'm going to repeat that. You marry a mentality, not just a body. Why? The Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So his thinking or her thinking would determine or define the life you would have together. So you need to focus on their thinking more than their looks. You need to focus on their thinking more than any other thing. So every other thing can be important, but their thinking is most important in the equation of the choice you make. Number 2, I already talked about on this channel, our foundation being spiritual and, that somebody is a child of God. But I'm going to say this for context, spirituality. So mentality, spirituality. Now, how is their spiritual experience? That's what you must ask. Because the Bible says that by their fruit you shall know them. So this is not just because they say they are children of God or that you met them as children of God. What matters in this equation is that you met them actively practicing the faith. So, or for instance, I give you another example, their doctrinal convictions. So when you're meeting a person, you want to be sure that doctrinally, you are able to meet, or you are able to have conversations on doctrine and agree. That's what the Bible says very clearly, that 2 cannot work together except that they agreed in Amos 3:3. And another thing about spirituality is this: the person you marry is a conduit for spirits. The person you marry is a conduit for spirits, because every person you know is a portal to the earth. Everybody you know is a portal to the earth for a spirit. Spirits don't have expression on the earth, so they need human agency. So everybody you marry will be a conduit for a spirit. So what spirit did they submit to? Which spirit did they submit to? Are they submitted to the Spirit of the Lord, or they are submitted to another kind of force? You want to see the predominant expressions in their life to understand what spirit they submit to. Number 3, facts and history. It's so important to understand that everybody is dealing with something. What are they dealing with? factually speaking. All right? So don't lie to yourself. Every single person is dealing with something. All right? In their health, in their finances. You know, some people come into your life, they come with debts. Some people come with enmity with people. Some people come with, you know, all manner of stuff. What exactly? That means you must calmly pay attention to what their life is about. Historically, where have they been? What have they been up to? What exactly are they bringing into your life? Why? Whatever used to be their business will become your joint business from the moment you marry them. So it's so important to come to the point where you understand that it's important to appreciate where they're coming from, what they have been through, and what their life is all about. So do not lie to yourself, because marriage is an inheritance process. All right? Number 4, relationships. Number 4, relationships. All right. Now, are you ready to inherit the relationships they bring? See, marriage is a process of inheriting relationships. I mean, so many relationships. Father-in-law, mother-in-law, if they're alive, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, cousin-in-law, I mean, friends-in-law, every kind of in-law you want to talk about. So you can never exclude the relationships that come with in your own life, because that's why you become one. The moment you become one, what happens is the relationships that come with, you become a part of those relationships. You become a part of those relationships. And one more thing I must add just to say is choose a life partner, not a prayer point. Because some partners are prayer points. If you do not understand the 4 points I have mentioned, then you may be getting a prayer point because they may be too heavy for you to carry. Do not forget, Jesus himself said, "My burden is light and my yoke is easy." So God does not expect you in any relationship where the burden is heavy and the yoke is hard. All right, so I'm just going to say one more thing just to give context to all of this. All right, now compatibility is why I said all I said. Compatibility, to be compatible. All right, that you can carry this person can carry you. You can come to the point where you enjoy life and not just endure marriage. All right, but I must say this, that the first compatibility you should be concerned with is your compatibility with the will of the Lord. Why do I say that? No matter what is in place, you need to check with the Lord that your choice is okay. Proverbs 3 tells us that trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. In all your ways acknowledge him. All right, so it's good to go back to the Lord and say, "Dear Father, all right, I think this person is good. We connect well. I mean, he thinks right. He's got the right spirit and all the things I just mentioned. But what's your will for me?" Because somebody can be good and not good for you. So that's why we seek the view of the Lord. Why? God has a view that we do not have. God sees things more from a fuller perspective than we do. All right, so make sure you stay prayed up over the choice of a life partner. All right, I'm excited I was able to throw some perspective on this question today. Just in case you have questions for us, there's an email address right on the screen. If you send us an email, we'll be glad to take your question on one of the episodes. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe, click on the notification bell, share this video to other people, and let's get the word out there. Once again, Uchele Kutepa is my name, and this is the show where we have Bible answers to every relationship question. God bless you.